Going to do a segment that is a staple on this show called Generic Wrestling Questions. Those of you that have seen my interviews before will know, so I'll ask Drew his favourite match, favourite pay-per-view card, such as Double or Nothing 2019, his favourite wrestler's entrance theme, favourite tag team, and favourite wrestler. Basically, the questions I assume you're asked on social media. So now you'll have a place to be like, guys, I have answered this. Please go watch this. So, what's your favourite match of all time?
Okay. So I told Tom this before we started recording, but I went back and watched my first round of these questions, and
Mm,
now I have a new set of answers because I didn't want to give the same ones. So I
yeah.
was like, okay, so between 2022 and now, what is my favorite match? And I will tell you that my favorite match is Bryan Danielson versus Will Ospreay from last year. I believe it was either Revolution or
Dynasty?
Double or Nothing.
Is that from Dynasty? I
Oh,
think.
Dynasty, that's what it was. Yes,
Mm.
from Dynasty last year. That's my favorite match. The storytelling in that match and it really leading to Will Ospreay not doing the Tiger Driver and having to, that whole storyline. That became my favorite match.
What about your favorite pay-per-view card, my friend?
My favorite pay-per-view card would be last year's All In
Mm.
for a couple of reasons. One was the birth of the Mariah May heel character, really. I mean, she had just turned on Tony Storm and her winning the championship. And then, of course, my goat in this business, Bryan Danielson,
Mm.
finally getting, I was praying for it, and it happened, as Drew McIntyre would say. Um, I wanted him to win a title in AEW since he joined the company,
Mm.
and to see him win the AEW title in the main event was very, very special, and I will always look fondly at that pay-per-view.
What about your favorite wrestler's entrance theme?
So my favorite wrestler's entrance theme, I hated when it first came out the first time. I
Oh,
hated it.
really?
I didn't like it at all. But now it's it's Jey Uso's theme. I get so hyped for that theme that it's it's so funny too because it was the original Usos theme
Mm.
down since day one ish, and then they changed the lyrics to "It's just me Us" day one ish, and I didn't like it in the beginning, but it grew on me to a
Mm.
point that I think I listen to it at least 2 to 3 times a week. If I just need to get into if I need some motivation for something, I just throw that on and then I'm eating. And I have like, I'll actually, right, funny enough, I just wore them the other day. I have my Yeet glasses.
Oh, wow.
I have glasses. I have a couple of shirts of his, and yeah, I've totally bought in on Jey Uso, and I'm really happy that he won the Rumble, and I hope that he wins at WrestleMania.
We'll know by the time this goes out. I'm not going to lie. Anyway, so you talked about there, my friend, your favorite theme, which is a tag team, former tag team wrestlers theme. So that leads me nicely, Drew, to who is your favorite tag team, my friend?
Um,
That was a
in the
tag team, right?
past, in the past 2 years, because they haven't really been a tag team for a while, I'm not gonna say the Usos as much as them as a tag team. And technically, you let me off the hook. But the first time I answered that question, I said New Day, and you were like, oh, well, technically they're a trio, which I totally agree with. But you let me off the hook there, and I appreciated it. Um, but today I can say my favorite tag team is the Young Bucks. Uh,
Huh.
I've just been as much as sometimes this AEW and me can kind of do this a little bit lately. I have just loved their work, and I think they're one of the most entertaining wrestlers and tag teams of all time.
That's really, really cool. And then finally, Drew, the biggest generic question, in my opinion, um, who is your favorite overall wrestler of all time?
Now, this one I found very difficult to think of because there are legitimately so many, and there are so many that I think are on everyone else's list as well. You know,
Mm,
somebody's going to say Roman Reigns, somebody's going to say Bryan Danielson, somebody's going to say Will Ospreay. The list goes on. Punk, Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes. But when I close my eyes, I really think of somebody that I am fully invested in right now, and every single thing that they do, it's Kevin Owens.
mm,
I am just, I love this whole new heel run that Kevin's been on. Um, him as a heel, he's always like he's the one that is most rooted in truth, I feel. Like he's so believable in what he does that it's like, yeah, you know what? He turned heel on Cody Rhodes because Cody was a friend of his who at the time went to help his mortal enemy in Roman Reigns.
mm,
And you know what? I believe it. I absolutely
mm.
believe it. And he turned on Randy Orton. He's turned on Sami Zayn as of recently. Um, so yeah, it's like anything Kevin Owens does, I am 1,000% there. So I have to give him currently, he is my favorite wrestler.